easy go.
Right guys, it's going to be another Prestige solo. For this time it'll be the Warlock for this week. If you're just interested in the run, then skip to the time on the screen. For the rest of you, I'll show you my modifiers, what I'm running. Okay, so 0 power handicap for the completion, void singe, heavy weight and momentum. Momentum so that we can be aggressive enough to stay alive, heavy weight so we get our increased damage with our power weapon, and void singe to match our element. Our subclass, we are using voidwalker. It is by far going to be the easiest one for you for this week. To be honest, this Nightfall is easy, so you can do it on any. But what's the most fun? It's probably this class, I think. Mainly because we're using bottom tree, so we're just using devour bottom tree. You don't have to. You can do top tree definitely. You better do it with that, no problem. As for everything else, we'll be using vortex grenade for its area of damage control that it does. Really good. And power and rift, so we get a 30% increase in weapon damage, not ability, just weapon damage only. And we use blink for once. As for armor, we are using learner faction boots so that we get our weapon reloads in our empower and rift. It's invaluable still the best Warlock exotic at the moment. As for our weapon loadout, for our primaries, we are going Huckleberry, Manannan. I'm mainly using Manannan for lightweight, to be honest. Huckleberry is going to do most of the work for us. Unfortunately, it is not masterworked, which the masterwork version gives an ambitious assassin, I think. Basically the same thing, where kills overflow the magazine. Which that would be super nice if I had that, but I don't have it, I'm afraid. So this is just a standard Huckleberry, which I think, as we know, it has rampage. If you combine that with devour, you're getting your ammo back on kills. It's like Risk Runner, but without the arc conductor, and it can work all the time. To me, it's a better version of Risk Runner. And for our power weapon, we're going curtain call. Rockets are still really good in a strong place, even though there's a lot of people running snipers, sleeper, shotguns, etc. Rockets, a standard rocket launcher will do just as good, if not sometimes better, if you're a good shot. Yeah, that's the weapons and everything. So as always, we start with a quick summon. Start Sparrow straight away. On this one, on this particular run, we ended up having the intro section open, which is nice. You can Sparrow across all these plates, which you see a lot of people, they'll just run across, like this fire team right here. They have no idea that you can Sparrow all of this. That second portal there, sorry, the first portal, you can spawn your Sparrow, but you need to jump and spawn your Sparrow at the same time, or roundabout. You'll have to practice to get the timing on that. This one is easy though. You can just spawn your Sparrow in mid-air like that. It's important to do that, because once you get to where I am now, you can't spawn your Sparrow. It has to be done in mid-air. Okay, so this is the first proper room that we're going to deal with. So we do a dodge there to make sure we don't take fall damage on our Sparrow. Then we can blink down. So this is where the Huckleberry comes in and devour. So I love this gun. If it was a legendary, I'd probably use it all the time. But basically what I'm trying to do here is keep my devour chain going at all times. I'm also waiting for this guy's shield. It can be annoying. As that Hydra back there will, even though I've got Devour, he will wreck me if I don't deal with him. Which one rocket will take him out, like you're saying. You'll see how much I'm getting my nade back as well because of Devour. So it's always good to have a Devour chain going. Best solo class, I would say. Easily. Just it isn't always voidwalker. Voidwalker isn't always the best one to do for all Nightfalls. Not always the best choice. But it'll work for everyone because Devour is such a fantastic solo perk. So as you've seen, Huckleberry, Devour, Warlock. Make short work of this room. Easy peasy. We only need 2 rockets. And there's a rocket apiece on each Hydra. And we should just have about to have our super. You definitely could go Dawnblade or Stormcaller. I know Stormcaller's had a buff with Tempest. Thing is, in this Nightfall, you're not really killing much adds, so you still go learn a Rift, even if you were to do any of the other classes. Assuming you're going heavyweight, unless you're doing a different type of Nightfall, like Grenadier or something, or some braces on Dawnblade. Okay, so now we can Sparrow down here. Obviously, skip all adds. We don't need to kill any of these to advance the next stage. Just like with my Titan video the other day, the same positioning for the mages is going to be right side building and on the docks as well, which can be annoying. Not the one in the building. So I do an Empowering Rift here. That gets him pretty weak, and I like to finish him with Huckleberry, but I got pretty weak. The nade finishes him, I think. This is the major that can be hard work, so I like to come over to here, do a rocket. That should get the major weakish. Do another one just in case, as a Nova Bomb will not kill the major outright. He has to be weak-ish, like maybe half health, and his shield taken off to one-shot him. Well, to finish him with the Nova. Then you can activate that lever, and then run up. Now, I just wanted to kill these adds, as I just wanted to make sure that I have my super for the boss. That's because we're going pretty quick. I've had on my previous run where I had nowhere near the super energy. So I went ahead and restarted it and killed more adds on this run. Okay, so once we come down here, the lift won't activate, not the lift but the button, the scannable. It won't activate straight away, so that's why I wait just a little. The same here, you can do a big Devour chain. Huckleberry isn't as good in this section, because you there's less cover, especially if you're in the middle center section. I like to thin out the herd, and then I can start using Huckleberry a bit more. Just if there's too many adds hitting you at one time, you might not get the kill in time before you die. Plus momentum's on as well, so. Our goal here is to try and get at least 70% on our super bar and leave with max rockets, which we have 6, so we're good. And at that point, I'm looking to leave. Watch you don't go through that portal too quick, as if you hit that barrier that you just seen disappear, sometimes you can hit it and it'll kill you. So you just wait that portal out just a slight. Make sure you do a dodge with your Sparrow there, so you don't take fall damage. And you can just Sparrow through. The easiest way to Sparrow on this one is just the middle section, so there's 3 layers, bottom, mid and top. Just Sparrow on the middle part, and none of the turbines are on that section. The only thing you need to worry about is the snipers, the hobgoblins. Okay, so for the boss, it's real simple on the Warlock, as always. I'm kind of stalling for my super, so I'm just kind of messing about here. As I'm 80%. For this one phase, you can do it without a super, but that relies on cluster bomb RNG, and you don't really want to rely on that alone. So you want to have a super, a grenade, 6 rockets, and an empowering rift. You'll see. It's also important from where you set up. It's vital. If you put the rift in the wrong place or you're in the wrong position, the boss is going to kill you, because on this rotation, I didn't realise, but the boss does void burn, whereas on the other rotation I'm sure he does arc. I could have swore he done arc on the other rotation, unless he changes on the third plate. But nonetheless he does void, so he's going to wreck us. We're on void singe. So I'm just getting my health, making sure I start with full health. Once we take out the last harpy, we do an empowering rift. We pre-vortex, then we need to hit all our 6 rockets. After the 3rd or 4th rocket, it'll start moving to my left slightly, and as you can see I'm pretty weak, but I do a Nova Bomb just before he kills me. It's hit or miss with that. Sometimes you'll trade, sometimes you'll kill him before he can kill you, but it's always tight because of the void. But it's really easy as long as every rocket hits. You can't miss one, but if you stand where I did, you'll know where his AI is going to move. He starts to turn around and he moves to the left, so it's super easy on the Warlock. Definitely a good strategy this week. Hope you enjoyed the run anyways. Thank you.